Oh, hey YouTube! So how are those new policies coming along after the Logan Paul incident? Oh dear. How's it going, guys? I'm Monty, and today I'm on Facecam. Now, I haven't yet gotten my studio set up, so I'm currently sitting in front of the blanket that I usually sit under to record these things, so I apologize if there is an echo. But we got something to talk about. Now, YouTube just came out with its new policy changes after the Logan Paul incident, which really doesn't make any sense. But I see where they're coming from. I spent most of today trolling around on Twitter, and I think I've gotten a good understanding of what everyone thinks about this. And I have my own opinion on it. If that beginning video wasn't quite telling enough. But I do have some things to say about it, because there's good points on both sides, and I think anyone looking to get into the YouTube space, or any small channel thinking this is the end, there are some things you gotta know. Now, first off, if you're new here, welcome to YouTube. You're gonna get fucked a lot. For those of you who don't know, to get monetization on YouTube, as it stands right now, today, you just need 10,000 views total on your channel. And then you can apply for YouTube partnership. It's a pretty okay system. I get why they need this kind of system in place. There's a lot of plagiarism going on. They don't want people to rip off, Jacksepticeye's video and make a couple $100. It makes sense. I get it. But as of next month, starting next month, if you're a small YouTuber right now, you may have already gotten an email saying you don't qualify for monetization. And I hate the way they worded it. I hate that they use monetization as like the main thing. We don't make money at this level of YouTube. Even if you reach their minimum requirements, you're not making money at YouTube. So to say it's about monetization is just not really true. I don't know. But I hate that they word it, because on Twitter, that's what everyone's talking about. They're, all the big YouTubers are like, oh, I did this without making any money, har. Like, I get it. It isn't about money, first off. Like, that's the least of anyone's concern that is doing this right now, that is on our level. And I'm sure there's a couple people out there that are all about the money. They think YouTube is a quick buck and you're gonna make just a metric ton of money because your personality's so great, but you're not, unless you get real lucky. Luck does play a factor, but that's not why we're here today. So starting next month, all channels need to have A, 1,000 subscribers, and B, over 4,000 watch hours on their channel. Which roughly translates, actually doesn't roughly translate, it exactly translates into 240,000 watch minutes. Which doesn't sound like a whole lot, and there's a lot of people on Twitter saying it's not a lot. And to them it isn't. When you're a big YouTuber and you can upload a video and that video alone gets, 1,000,000 years of watch time, it's not a lot. I get it. And while the big YouTubers do have a valid point, if you really are passionate about YouTube and you go out and you grind all day, you might be able to get to that point pretty quickly. By the way, in case you're wondering, I just barely passed this threshold, so thank you guys, because I don't have to worry about any of this. I'm making this for smaller channels and just to kind of voice my opinion on the whole thing. But at the end of the day, a lot of these big YouTubers have been on YouTube for years. We're talking 2012, 2013, or earlier, YouTube has evolved a lot since then, and there were far fewer creators back then. I'm not saying what they did was easy by any means. I'm not saying that, because anyone who's done the grind on YouTube knows it's hard. But that doesn't change the fact that YouTube's changed since a lot of these big YouTubers have started. It isn't the same environment. There's a lot more competition out now. Everyone wants to be a YouTuber. Now people look at YouTube like it can actually be a job, and I get that. I mean, I honestly hope one day to turn it into a job. I don't expect that day to come anytime soon. And I'm perfectly happy where I am now. But the problem for all these small YouTubers is not the monetization. Like I said before, so for anyone who doesn't know, anyone who's just watching this video, you don't own a channel, you're not even interested in making a channel, I'm just going to spell it out. If you want to get paid by YouTube, you have to make $100 in YouTube ad revenue. I, as a YouTuber who streams a lot, a YouTuber who has uploaded over 200 videos, and over 400 if you include the streams, I just passed that threshold. And a lot of that was because of donations in the stream. Now, I've made more money outside of YouTube from donations, direct PayPal, all that stuff. But as far as YouTube's concerned, you have to make $100 on their platform before you can withdraw any money. I'm not making money on YouTube, and I'm past the threshold. So it's not about the money in any way. And that's why I hate that people are using it that way. Everyone's saying that, oh, you're not making money. Why do you care about money? You shouldn't do YouTube because it's about the money. It isn't about the money. It's about the tools. When you're partnered with YouTube, you get tools. You get a lot of tools. Things like scheduling and upload, even live streaming. I don't think they'll take away live streaming, but it at one point it was considered a bonus to be partnered with them. So they lose the tools to upload videos on a schedule. They just lose a lot of utility and potential to grow, if that makes sense. Now, again, I get where YouTube is coming from in this regard, or at least what they're saying it's for. It's to supposedly stop plagiarizers from getting a lot of money. And maybe I just don't know this because I'm not a big YouTuber, but I don't find a lot of plagiarizing channels. I occasionally will come across like a PewDiePie channel that re-uploads some of PewDiePie's videos, and it has like 50 subscribers, but there's still no way that one of those channels should be able to get paid anyways. If they make it over $100, I personally think YouTube's more to blame. Someone should have flagged that shit. First off, you have to look for that. If you type in, you would literally have to look up PewDiePie ripoff channel if you want to find a PewDiePie ripoff channel. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I never come across these copycat channels that everyone on Twitter is, complaining about. And I hate to keep bringing up Twitter, but it's literally all I've looked at all day. So it's what I'm going to talk about. It doesn't make sense to me. And especially after the Logan Paul incident. Now, I don't think that this is related to the Logan Paul incident, that a lot of people are saying it is, because they're like, oh, well, you didn't punish Logan Paul, but you're punishing all the little guys. But at the same time, it kind of feels that way. Like, this has probably been in the works for a couple months now, well before the Logan Paul incident, but it kind of feels like they swept the Logan Paul thing under the rug, and now they're just doing this to the smaller creators. This does nothing to the big guys. This does nothing to anyone that's over the threshold like me. But it does something to the smaller channels. It does something to the people who want to make YouTube a career. And yeah, it's some people do count on that extra $10 or $20 they get a month. I mean, obviously not for anything important, but it is motivation. I mean, money at the end of the day is motivation to do things. I guess I'm just more in the center. I see both sides. I personally side more with the little guys in this, because the big guys just don't make sense to me. Because yeah, YouTube, they did start YouTube. They did do the grind. They've done it for years. But YouTube's changed so much in the last 2 years, it makes sense for everyone to have the tools that they need to get their own exposure. It's like going into a kitchen, like a job, and your employer being like, oh, well, look at all these cool gadgets we have to make your job easier. We got the blender over here. We got the kitchen sink over there. We got the meat grinder over there. And then a week later, they come up to you and say, yeah, you're too new here, so you can just operate the kitchen sink. It's a horrible analogy, but you guys understand it. I would hope, at least. If YouTube had just come out and said, we're not going to monetize channels until they reach this threshold, but you get to keep the tools. I just realized my camera's shaking a lot, and I apologize. I might have to reshoot this whole thing. Anyways, as I was saying, if YouTube had come out and said, you get to keep your money, or no, God damn it. If YouTube had come out and said, you get to, I can't even talk anymore. I'm cracking myself up. This is a weird experience for me. I've never done this for this long. For anyone who's just stumbled across this video, this is really my first Facecam video, at least primarily Facecam. So, welcome to my my face. But yeah, if YouTube had just come out and been like, "Hey, we're gonna let you keep all the tools to do your job, to do your thing, you know, keep making great content for our platform, but you're not gonna get paid until you reach this threshold," I wouldn't have cared at all. I would have been all for it because it makes sense at that point. But again, to take away the tools from the little guys is just like, it just seems wrong, especially when they should be dealing with this whole Logan Paul incident. And I know we're all sick of Logan Paul, and I really hate to bring him up in this video, but it is a factor. You know, when you got the 15 million subscriber guy making huge mistakes, and then YouTube's trying to spout how, you know, they're doing this to protect the creators, it's kind of messed up. Now, there's some interesting news not related to YouTube, at least not directly, that surfaced this week, and I think it's going to play very much into YouTube's future here. I'm talking about Amazon patenting the term AmazonTube. Now, I hope to God, I really hope that they do not go with AmazonTube as their name, but it does send a pretty clear message that they might be thinking about becoming a competitor to Amazon, or I mean to YouTube. And it's very interesting to me because the one thing I think YouTube has done right over the last year and a half or so has been their live streaming service. And that is the only thing that YouTube actually competes in. YouTube currently is the only video upload service of value. I shouldn't say value, but you know what I mean. It's the only place you go to get videos like you do on the internet. You know, no one goes to Vimeo unless you have a reason. No one goes to any of those other sites. VidMe was really cool when it popped up. In fact, I was all about it, but they just couldn't get the fan base. But Amazon already has the fan base. Amazon already has the infrastructure. And Amazon already directly competes with YouTube in the streaming market. I think the fact that YouTube has had to compete with Amazon already and has made a pretty stand-up streaming service, if I do say so myself. I honestly love the YouTube streaming service. It allows you to get discovered in other ways than just being the most popular already, which I hate Twitch for. Twitch is very user-friendly and easy to start up, but the way that you can get discovered on Twitch is just so ridiculously hard. It's not fun. At least not for me. YouTube knows when you play the same game over and over. YouTube knows when you use the same tags. You can make YouTube promote you more when you stream on YouTube. And they've done a bang-up job with this service, and I love it. I love the YouTube streaming. It's the only thing, though, I love. Everything else about YouTube in the last year that's come out has been bad. Very bad. But I think that if Amazon becomes a direct competitor to YouTube, you'll see a lot of good changes very fast. And in all honesty, I might go to Amazon if they do. I don't know where I'll be at with YouTube because they might up the threshold again in a month or two. They might say something like, well, now you need 10,000 subscribers and 100,000 watch hours to get monetization and keep your tools. And at that point, that's a problem. But you know what I'm saying. But anyways, guys, that's just my opinion on the matter. I would love to hear yours. If you're new to the channel and you like this video, you can hit that subscribe button. I primarily do Let's Plays and live streams. I do like this, though. I like having the face cam. I like being able just to talk about stuff on the channel. So I would be very interested to hear everyone's opinion on this video because this is a new avenue for me, something that I could definitely do in my free time. And if you like this video, you can hit that like button. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a fantastic day. And until next time, my name is Montague, and I will see you around.